Hi, welcome back to Tiny Garage Fabrication. Today's episode, we're finally getting back to the Datsun after about 4 to 5 months of no videos. Really sorry about that, just had a lot of other stuff going on. In episode 8 on this build, we left off with cutting out a majority of the floor pan, and then I had to figure out what I was going to do to fix it. Most of it had to be handmade. I was able to get at least one part pre-made. The rest of it, got to do it from scratch. So this episode will be part 1 in the saga of getting new floors made, and we're going to start with a rocker panel and basically the exterior portion of the cab on the passenger side. So, let's turn to. So we can see the old rusty rocker panel as well as the inner rocker panel that was completely shredded. And this had a terrible patch job from a previous owner. They had skinned a donor and just kind of welded it over the old bad stuff. I got this replacement here from Tabco, made in the USA. Both of them shipped was about $100 and tested here it's 18 gauge. Pretty quality piece. Now I didn't film any of making this rocker panel, the inner rocker panel, but I used the bead roller to get the flange across the top, and I also used the bead roller to get the 3 little water drains across the bottom. The rest of it was pretty much handmade. Just measured it against what was in the truck, against the old rusty piece that I had. Was able to kind of patch it together like that. So here's a piece that I'm working on. This is the A-pillar, like the hinge pocket. Now it's not amazing. It's made out of 4 pieces so far. I've got a 5th that's going to have to go along the bottom here, but I didn't really have much to work from. This is all that I had, and that's probably the best way to get it to fit. So I still have a lot more tweaking to do on it, obviously. Kind of show how it fits. It definitely needs to be trimmed, but it will fit here, something like that. Now I do have this other corner here, which is mostly there. So I kind of patterned it off of that. Problem is I had to do a mirror image, which made it kind of difficult. Now how did I do it? Well, I used sections of this railroad tie. I used the corner of my welding table. I used my vise with this open just a little bit to get in and pound out some of those smaller cracks. And then for this radius right here, I used the shrinker stretcher that I showed. Love having a welding table. I can just hook my ground to it, and then as long as the part touches the table, it works out. Getting a fitment for that forward piece just to make sure that everything's good now that it's welded together. Now here's a tip: if you open some vise jaws to the distance you need, you can hammer and you can manually beat in a little flange, and I needed this for fitment on the cab. I'm waiting for an enemy. They say that we should take care of each other, but here's the nut for the seat belt. I went ahead and welded that to the inside of the inner rocker panel. This is the B-pillar extension. I made it by folding a sheet metal piece in 90 degrees so that I can run it through the shrinker and or stretcher. This one here is the shrinker, and those little jaws basically bunch up the metal, and it allows the one side to curve. Once I get my contour set, I'll shorten this thing down, and I'll make another piece that I'm going to have to stretch to make the other angle. So we're going to cut out and bend the piece for the second little step on this part. I'll switch out my shrinker and I'll put the stretcher on the stand. Now the jaws on this, they slightly pull apart the metal instead of bunch it up, and it allows it to contour the other direction. Now I'll overlap these parts and fit them up against the original piece so I know how wide it needs to be. And then I can go ahead and chop down the middle and weld the two pieces together. Now the shrinker stretcher can only go so deep, so I needed to make a little extension piece to get the full contour of the old rusted out part. Mock it up with some cardboard, cut it out of some scrap, and weld it in place. Next I have to make this piece. It's the same process, but a little bit larger scale. Fitting everything up and plug welding everything in place. Now I've had this thing in and out and fitted up and vice gripped about 1 billion times, and I've made little pen and ink marks all over the place. So with all that prep work, it was pretty easy for me to just go ahead and clamp this and weld it. And when we get the door in, we'll see if it fits. There I'm laying the inner rocker panel on and marking all the places where I'm going to be welding. And then I'm going to mark for holes so I can punch them out for little plug welds or rosette welds. And you can see that I've painted the back side of all of this. So I need to go back, I need to mark where each of those little welds are, and then I need to scrape all the paint away. And I'm scraping the paint off with just a little cut off of sheet metal, just getting it down to bare metal where the weld will happen. Now we're clamped in place. And let's burn this thing in for a final time. Notice I keep moving this small clamp, and that's so that I have no space between my two panels. It just helps me get the fitment that I want and also a secure weld. Now this thing is solid. You can see on the outer panel I got good penetration on every weld, so this thing should hold quite well. Everything still needs to be cleaned up, ground flush, and eventually it'll get some body filler, some paint, etc, etc. Fitment is pretty good. Not the best, but pretty good. Now this has been final welded, and once again just need to finish all the welds and move on to the next part. We'll move on to the next part, which will come up in episode 10. It's where we'll start with the actual floors. Now it may not look like I really got a whole lot done, but personally I think that was the most difficult part of the entire floor pan. The rest of it, how it's just going to be mostly big squarish patches, that seems pretty easy, but there was a lot of tiny parts, a lot of contours, a lot of tooling that had to be done to get the pieces made in order to get to where I am right now. And I had to get this part done first because this is a major base for the floor pans to attach to. So starting from scratch, starting from the beginning, this is where we are now. I will have a part 2, possibly even a part 3 video coming up. The rest of the floors are not going to be boring, I can promise you that, so stay tuned. Also, thanks for subscribing, thanks for hitting the like button, thanks for all the comments, jabbing me in the ribs to get back on this project. I really needed that. That about wraps it up. Thanks everybody.